What would you do if you landed in a foreign country with just $40 in your pocket, 2 suitcases, and you couldn't speak a single word of the language? Now most people would panic, right? But Maria Santos, she just smiled. This is the incredible true story of a Vietnamese immigrant who turned a massive language barrier into a billion-dollar bridge, proving that determination speaks louder than any language. Picture this: Los Angeles International Airport. Maria Santos steps off the plane, holding her 6-year-old daughter's hand and carrying everything they own in the world. She'd left Vietnam with a heart full of both hope and terror. Her husband had passed away, her family had nothing left, and America was her very last chance. But there was one huge, overwhelming problem. Maria spoke zero English. Absolutely none. At the immigration counter, she hands over her documents, not understanding a single word the officer says. He points at the paper. She just nods, having no idea what she's agreeing to. Her sponsor family comes to pick her up. They seem like nice people, and they speak slowly. But it doesn't matter. To Maria, English just sounds like noise. That first night, huddled in a tiny apartment in East LA, Maria cried herself to sleep. How was she going to work? How could she possibly provide for her daughter? How was she going to survive? Maria soon found work at a nail salon, earning $5 an hour plus tips. The owner hired her for a simple reason. She didn't need to speak, she just needed to paint nails. But Maria was more than just a painter, she was a student. Every single day she listened. She carried a little pocket dictionary everywhere she went. A customer says red, she looks it up. Flower design, she looks it up again. Slowly, painstakingly, word by single word, she started building her vocabulary. Her days were grueling. After a long shift, she would put her daughter to bed and then turn on the TV, watching for hours with the subtitles on, mimicking the sounds, practicing her pronunciation in the mirror. Here she was, a 38-year-old woman, learning a language most people master as children. It was humbling, even humiliating. Some customers would laugh at her accent or mock her grammar, but through it all, Maria just smiled and worked harder. Within 2 years, she could hold a basic conversation, and as her English improved, she started to notice something important. The nail salon was always packed. Women loved getting their nails done, and they'd happily pay for a $40 service every single week. Maria started doing the math in her head. If she could just own her own salon, the possibilities seemed endless. Full of newfound hope, Maria saved every single penny. For 3 grueling years, she scraped together $20,000. She found a small retail space in a local strip mall with a rent of $1,800 a month. She calculated she needed another $15,000 for equipment and supplies. With her business plan in hand, she walked into a bank to apply for a loan. The loan officer glanced at her application. Single mother, immigrant, broken English, no credit history. And then he laughed. He actually laughed right in her face. "Ma'am," he said, "we can't give loans to people in your situation." Maria understood enough to know she'd been rejected. More than that, she'd been dismissed. She walked out of that bank, tears burning her eyes. But giving up was simply not in her DNA. So, what did she do next? She went to her community. She found other Vietnamese immigrants who had found their own success in this new country. She pitched her business plan to them, speaking half in her broken English and half in Vietnamese. And out of that meeting, 5 people believed in her. They each invested $3,000, giving her the exact $15,000 she needed. In 1998, Maria's Nails opened its doors for the first time. Maria worked 80-hour weeks. She did everything, painting nails, managing the finances, cleaning the floors at night. Her daughter would sit in the back room, quietly doing her homework. But Maria had a secret weapon, a strategy that would set her apart: exceptional personal service. She made it a point to remember every customer's name, their favorite colors, their stories. That language barrier? She overcame it with genuine human connection and care. Word of mouth spread like wildfire. Maria's nails became the go-to salon in the entire area. Within just 2 years, she opened a second location, then a third, and then a fourth. By 2005, Maria owned 12 successful nail salons all across California, generating $8 million in annual revenue. But Maria was just getting started. She was thinking much, much bigger. She noticed a major problem in her industry. All the nail salons were buying their supplies from expensive distributors who were charging a fortune. An idea sparked. What if she became the distributor? In 2008, she launched Beauty Source, a wholesale beauty supply company aimed directly at nail salons nationwide. She had a massive advantage because she understood the business from the inside out. She knew exactly what salon owners needed, the prices they could afford, and which products delivered the best results. But this new venture brought new challenges. Signing corporate contracts, navigating legal documents, deciphering complex distributor agreements, all of it was in a level of English she still found terrifying. One day, she found herself sitting across from a top executive of a major beauty brand. He slid a 47-page contract across the polished table. Maria's conversational English had improved dramatically. But legal terminology? She could barely understand 30% of it. The executive waited patiently. In that moment of silence, Maria thought about her daughter. She thought about her community and every single person who had believed in her when no one else would. With a deep breath, she picked up the pen and signed the contract. But she wasn't reckless. The first thing she did was take that contract straight to a translator and a lawyer. She had them go over every single clause, line by line, to make sure she hadn't been cheated. She hadn't. From that day on, Beauty Source exploded. Within 5 years, Maria was distributing supplies to over 3,000 nail salons across America. Her company's revenue soared to over $100 million. Today, Maria Santos is a multi-millionaire. She owns 30 nail salons and runs a distribution company now valued at over $150 million. But if you ask her what she's most proud of, it's not the money. It's the fact that she employs over 400 Vietnamese immigrants, people just like her, who arrived in America with nothing but a pocketful of hope. In a recent interview, Maria said through tears, "I didn't speak English, but I spoke something more important. Hard work. That language everyone understands." Maria's story absolutely destroys every excuse we make for ourselves. Language barrier? She overcame it. No money? She earned it. No connections? She built them from scratch. If a woman who couldn't even order a coffee in English can build a $100 million empire, what can you do with all the advantages you already have? If this story inspired you, please subscribe to our channel for more stories of incredible human will. Share this video with an immigrant in your life or anyone who needs to hear that it's possible. And always remember, success doesn't speak English. It speaks effort. Thanks for watching.